Kofi sits in for you, and he's going to do exactly the way you do it. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Otabel. It's been a while I appeared on the show.
It's been ages.
Yes. Sorry. I've been engaged in some activities in the university. That is why I've been off on your show for some times. But God being so good, everything has gone through, and now I am kind of relieved. So every Friday I'll try my best to appear on the show and do justice to the issues that ought to be discussed for the betterment of our country, our dear country, Ghana. So going forward, expect that every Friday evening I will appear and represent my party, the NDC, the great NDC that is doing wonders so far in Ghana. So that is the little that I will say for now.
Charles is going to appear every Friday and going to battle it out. He's going to say the things as it is. Kofi, you are welcome.
Thank you, Tabo. It's really great to be here. And in all honesty, I've missed my good brother on the left side of the political spectrum.
You keep on asking of him.
Even though he's always spewing lies and propaganda into the air, but then we all can't go to the same side. You understand? So it is good to have diverse and divergent opinions, and it's good to have Charles back. But then, before we get into the issues of the day, we would like to, inform our listeners, those who live in Hamburg or Germany, that tomorrow there's going to be a unity march between the New Patriotic Party and the ruling National Democratic Congress, and in fact, the NPP is going to roast them. Like the beef that we are going to grill on the fire, in terms of football, in terms of everything, we are going to tell them that indeed we are the greatest political tradition the world has ever seen. So it is an invite to all and sundry wherever you are. We want to demonstrate to people that politics is not war. It is just a matter of ideology. The fact that we are opposing sides doesn't mean we are enemies. So then we use it as an avenue to also strengthen our health, and then I get off it a little bit. The last time Charles had a run? Do you know the last time? No, it was when they won the election. That was the last time Charles had a run. So tomorrow we are going to see his sporting skills on the field. And I'm treating everybody all in the same to come and then witness us. The venues at Tideswich, the Astro over there, that's where we are going to have the game. It's going to be fun. All these things, and then it's going to be like hope. So yes, everybody should come and join us and then see the great NPP grill our brothers on the left, like the beef you're going to be enjoying over there. Thank you very much.
So tomorrow is going to be a battles on the field.
Of course,
the second battle between NPP and NDC, and
you see,
the first battle, the NDC won, and they won massively.
So when you say a battle, it means these people are going to have a chance. They are not going to have a chance.
Oh, the first battle they won massively.
Of course.
They shipped you in your backyard.
Of course.
And shipped you well. So basically, this is the second battle.
So we've gone back and then we've learned our lessons.
Okay.
And then we are coming back. This time on, the elephant is coming back stronger. Oh. And then we are going to ship them. We're going to show them their place in the history of Ghanaian politics. So it's not only going to be a battle of football. It's going to be a battle of campaign songs on the field. It's going to be a battle of ideologies. We are going to argue, and then we are going to have a lot of battles. So, but then the penultimate is the football. We're going to grill them off the pitch and on the pitch like the beef that we are going to eat. So it will be fun. It will be fun.
All right.
And then we enjoy.
Yes, let me also add a little to the upcoming program, which is slated for tomorrow, the 2nd August 2025. Yes. Over the years, NDC Hamburg branch and MPP Hamburg chapter have been meeting as part of our effort to ensure collaboration, even though we don't belong to the same political parties, okay? But we believe that we are all Ghanaians and we are one people, despite the fact that we share different opinions in terms of our political dispensations, okay? So tomorrow, beginning 9, a.m. We are going to converge at TopAfric and have this usual summer unity. Games, which games involves football, cards playing, and other indoors activities.
Grilling,
and we will climax it with some sort of get together.
Yeah.
Those who take hard liquor, yes, you are being catered for, and those who do not take hard liquor too, you are being catered for. So I'll entreat each and everyone within the encouragement of Germany to make yourself available and join this beautiful event that is scheduled to happen tomorrow. So I'll be expecting I'll be expecting you tomorrow.
I am live there.
To grace,
I'm going to be the referee as I always say.
To grace the program for us. Even though you are not with us, but I will be expecting you.
I'll be expecting. I'm with you. I'm in MPP.
Basically, but you are an MPP man.
I'm not an MPP man.
But even though you are not an MPP man, how do you describe a host as an MPP man?
Oh, but he has his personal convictions.
I have voted for MPP.
Yes.
I have voted for NDC.
Yes, but it doesn't matter. The fact that you are an MPP doesn't mean you cannot vote for NDC. The fact that one is an NDC doesn't mean you cannot vote.
If someone is a staunch MPP, you will never vote for NDC.
You are concluding that
you will never vote for NDC.
It means he's a card bearer member. That's what you are concluding.
Maybe he's a sympathizer.
No, I think about Ghana. I look at the policies.
We will talk about that later.
We'll talk about that.
Yes, because
always being
no. If you see one thing, let me chip in this. You see, I think the person who propounded this word should charge MPP people for misusing the word. This word propaganda. Everything MPP talks about propaganda. Any conversation that you have with an MPP man brings in the word propaganda. I don't know where they got this word from. Is it because even in the bare face of truth, they will say propaganda.
And then what is truth? You see, that is a philosophical question that we have been battling for centuries.
Truth. What is truth? Truth is an issue that is accepted by majority of the people.
So the fact that majority, so
and truth is truth.
Yes.
So the fact that majority of people believe
that the majority of Ghanaians saw that MPP was corrupt.
So the fact that
MPP was mismanaging the economy.
The fact that
it's manifested in the votes.
Let me ask about. So the fact that majority of people believe that there is God means that there is God or there is heaven. Is that what you are saying?
That is it.
So that is the truth.
That is it.
Okay. Let's handle our issues. Somewhere in 2012, there was a lease to McDan.
Yes.
Per my research, in February 2025, the GACL filed a suit, and they were taking their lands back, and the record. McDan was owing them $226,000 and over dollars. So they filed a suit. They were sucking him out of the land and taking their money also. And I think somewhere the suit was accepted, and it was granted, and I think GACL was awarded a 50,000 Ghana cedis legal charges for that suit. And I think early this week, the warehouse of McDan was, GACL took over his land. They bundled everybody out and broke up the land. I hear a lot of comments. There are low sides to this and there are higher sides. We'll look at the other side before we come to the area where the journalists were bullied. But we're going to look at the facts of the matter. And as Kofi keeps on saying propaganda, we're going to see whether it is a reality, it is propaganda, or it is witch hunting on propaganda. People believe that they are paying McDan back. People also believe that is a reality on the ground, because if we don't take up, if the NDC or the state doesn't take over the land, at a point in time, if there's going to be if the airport want to enlarge, it's going to create a lot of problems for them. NPP spoke, NDC spoke. Charles, what happened? Why did you have to just enter somebody's premises
Thank you very much. As you rightly,
Bully these people out there.
As you rightly indicated, let me use the opportunity to, first of all, extend my warm regards to the NDC fraternity in Germany, and also remind them that tomorrow the annual summer games is happening live at TopAfric, and also extend my regards to NDC in Ghana, particularly His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and also use the opportunity to extend my condolence to the family of the Fosus, that is Daddy Lumba.
The legend.
Yes, it's unfortunate that Ghana has lost a great legend, but all the same, in everything we give thanks to God. So we cannot question the will of God.
Sure.
So it's just a matter of, giving thanks to His name. Having said that, yes, McDan and the airport company had some engagement way back in 2020, I think 2014,
Sure.
and
2012.
2012, yes, yes, 2012, and as a result of that engagement, as part of the arrangement, McDan was supposed to honor certain obligations, and that of Ghana airport company was also expected to, part away with some obligations, and it happens to be that they will cease part of their allowance to McDan, but along the line, McDan ought to have performed his side of the bargain, but unfortunately failed to do so. So a suit was issued in the High Court, and judgments was delivered in the favor of the airport company.
GCL, yeah.
So airport company, as part of its steps to repossess that land, or to take certain steps to get the land back to its name. And when they went onto the land, they realized that there was a property erected by McDan on it. And when there is anything on a land that belongs to you, you have the right to decide what to do with that thing on the land. So the airport company decided to bring down the warehouse for it to be able to use the land for the purpose that the company has decided to use it for. So they demolished the property, and it raised questions in the media as to why the demolition exercise was carried out. So what I can say in respect of what happened has to do with the fact that if anyone thinks that the airport company has done anything unwarranted, I think we are in a democratic system, and such a person has the right to approach the courts or the institutions that are mandated to deal with some of these excesses. If at the end of the day, our court says that the actions taken by the airport company contravenes the laws of the land, they will pay for, and whoever took that decision will also be brought to book for causing financial loss to the state. So I will urge calm, and also urge that persons who are aggrieved in the exercise should seek legal remedy rather than sitting on the fence and throwing tantrums. Okay, go to the court and challenge your rights, or challenge whatever the company has done which you think are ultra-vires. Okay, so calm should be restored, and I know that calm has been restored. Let me also use the opportunity to condemn the brutalities that came about. The fact that we are in a civilized community or civilized environment should dictate the pace of what we do. The military should respect the fundamental human right of citizens and go about doing their duties in accordance with laid down principles and laid down rules of engagement. I don't know the details of what ensued, for which reason the military used excessive force in handling the matter, okay? But I know that the High Command of the military has instituted an investigation into the matter. We are just hoping that they will fast track the process and ensure that if anything untoward happened that day, it will be addressed according to laid down principles.
Thank you very much, Charles. I think what happened was the journalist said he was. I listened to the interview of the journalist. He was granting an interview to not a passerby, but I learned the guy was the security guy there, so he had first-hand information of what happened. And as and when they started the interview, the military just came in. Why should a guy grant an interview?
Yeah, so my question is, prior to that interview, maybe we don't know what ensued before that scene where
definitely,
it was.
Definitely. I'm giving an account as to what the journalist said.
Okay. So we don't know the side of the military personnel too. That is why I will wait for the investigation to be conducted so that at least we'll get a full picture of what transpired before that incident, because it will be weird for a military officer to just bounce into people who are conducting their affairs, all of a sudden start beating them. Okay, so something might have.
I think on one of our platforms, the GGA has sent.
Yes, and you know the presidency has condemned the action. The military high command itself has also
basically that means that what the guy did was wrong.
No, I mean I'm talking about the brutality, but we should be abreast with the full facts. Okay? You know, with the military, when they come in, they don't have time to engage the people, unlike the police, whereby they will have time to engage. They come in to ensure that orders are obeyed.
But the fact that orders are obeyed, you can arrest him more than hitting someone.
You know, the operations of the military, sometimes we need to be very, very, very cautious. Okay, so when it involves the military and some of these things happen, before you can make a conclusive statement, all right, before you can make a conclusive statement, unless you are well briefed, all right. But what I'm saying is that the presidency has condemned it
well understood. Just this military will never brief you. Trust me, they will never brief you as to the reasons why they did that. All they will come to do is to come and condemn. But what might take us, no matter the situation, we are all Ghanaians. I mean, you can arrest the guy more than hitting him. I mean, when you hit the guy, the guy fell and he couldn't rise up again. Who are you to blame?
Yes, but let's give them the benefit of the doubt and wait for the full facts so that we can make an informed, judgment. Okay.
Okay, Kofi, what is your take on that?
Okay, so what about, before I delve into this issue, I would like to shout the warmest felicitations to all MPP members across the globe, wherever you are. As I keep on saying every day, this too shall pass. This is just a test, and then one day we will still feel the wheels of power again. And a big felicitations to members of the New Patriotic Party here in Hamburg, and as Charles had already said, we're inviting them to tomorrow's program. I hope to see everybody there.
And to your main man, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
Yes, to Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Say, inshallah, what is written is written. Yeah, it is possible. With the issue of McDan and then GSCO, I think that the bare facts will come to play when he decides to contest it in the law court. But one side of the story is that people feel that this is a retaliation to what happened to Raymond Archer when the NPP took power in 2017. But as to whether that is the case or not, only time will tell. And if that is so, I think it is bad, and we don't have to put our businessmen who are employing people to politics and politicize everything. If we do that as a nation, it derails our progress. It makes progress stagnant. So I think it's bad if it is so. But then if it is not so, and then it is a legitimate means of acquiring a court order and then going about it legitimately, I think Lord McDan can contest it in the competent court of his jurisdiction, and then whatever the outcome may be, it will be fine. And on the issue of, the military man assaulting the journalist, what I don't agree with is that, before you're a military man, you're a human being. You understand? So before you wear the uniform, you're a human being. So the first duty you have is that you have to be human. That is the first duty you have to yourself. You have to be human. So, I mean, it wasn't necessary for him to use that show of force. I mean, once the guy saw that the guy is in uniform, oh, if you have told him, Charlie, Mr. What do you need to be in the I think that, I mean,
the journalist was not touched.
Yes, I mean, I'm talking about the witness. So if you could have told the witness, say, oh, Charlie, Koechi, I had a person be interviewed, I think that would have been fair. And then what I don't understand is, it was a demolition process. There was nothing chaotic there. So why was the military present? That is something I really don't understand. In such situations, any hostile, if it is not hostile, why don't you send in the police? So I really don't get it. But then once again, we don't know the full facts of the situation which is come to be. So I wouldn't sit here and make any pronouncements that are untrue. And then I don't want to be like the NDC. Understand? I don't want to spew pedo half truths and spew facts that are not true. So I mean, I don't know the full details of the story. As he said, to every story there are two sides. To me, I even think there are three sides to a story. There's your side, there's my side, and there's the truth. You understand?
Okay.
So I mean,
but per the truth of the matter, it was in court.
Mm-hmm.
Judgment has been granted. GACL and charges of 50,000 against McDan.
Okay.
That he should be off the premises.
So do what it means that
never he's not filed a suit against it.
Okay.
So GACL went in just to reclaim the land. Legitimately. Because I went through all the facts today. I read all the documents today.
Then I don't think there's no concern for them. So if that is the case, if the court has granted the order, that is it. But as I had already indicated, the intent behind everything, you understand? So GACO could have contested the court's decision or contested McDonald's ownership for the past 8 years, but then they waited for power to switch before they contested. So I mean, it is what it is. You understand? So that's the kind
Just
of.
You hear some propaganda
for the records, the contestation of the matter in court didn't start in 2025.
It started in 2012.
I just wanted
to. No,
to.
it didn't start in 2012, but
when did
they gave him the land on 2012.
It didn't start in 2025. Sorry.
Okay, so
even excuse me, I think under former President Akufo-Addo's regime, he
was even owing.
Yes, and
they had to close
one of his terminals also at the airport. Yes.
So that is what I am saying. That I mean, all the facts will come to bear. If all the facts will come to bear, then whatever the GACL is doing is legitimate.
I don't know if I'm going to clear this, but people, as you said, people believe it is coming from Raymond Archer. But I also believe that.
But I don't think Raymond Archer is the CEO of GACL.
No. He is with Iyoko.
That is it.
So
and even the current CEO of
was appointed by this.
Yes, it's an MPP appointee and it's an MPP member. She once contested as.
I don't.
So
like
I don't.
When Charles is throwing out member for anybody like that.
Oh, she
contested as
once your PC
as an MPP.
So
that one about
if the
so it can be a matter of witch hunting. That is what
what I've already said, that if whatever GACL is actually doing is legitimate, if it is backed by the court, then Mr. McDan can.
Let's still be at GACL. Paul, what is the name?
Adomochiri.
Paul Adomochiri was released out of bail today. He was arrested on basis of certain investigations by the OSP.
Okay.
He was whisked away. To a different venue, and today he has been granted bail.
Why are you pointing at me? Why is he pointing at me?
This very afternoon, around 11 o'clock, the news came in that he has been granted bail, and he's not a free man, but he can sleep home today.
Okay, so Otabo, you see,
what is your take?
Some of these things, I'm not going to really be so expressive about it, because we know the modus operandi of the NDC, and this is not the first time. They did it to Adenta Kumi has not been charged. They did it to Okachachi has not been charged. They do it to Chama Wuntumi has not been charged. So if there's no political intent to intimidate our opponents, what at all is this? So what was the crime of Paul Adomochiri? They said that he signed a certain document that was brought in by a certain company, blah 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 blah. And up to date, the current information from the lawyers of Paul Adomochiri is that the OSP couldn't charge Paul Adomochiri.
Oh,
He
he has
couldn't-
been charged.
So what is the crime? What is his
Procurement
crime?
breaches.
What procurement breaches?
Okay,
I mean,
you
Let us finish his submission.
let
Let
me
me make it clear for you. Paul said there was this procurement.
of course, I mean,
Manasseh Azure even alerted him that
You
he
see-
didn't go through the right process. That is when he.
so for administrative purposes,
Okay.
if I am writing a letter to a company or an institution, a certain institution for a procurement, am I going to write it to the board chair? I'm going to write it to the MD. I'm asking you a question. I mean, am I going to?
No, the board chairman doesn't write it.
So why is it that Paul Adomochi, who served as the board chair, is the one being prosecuted, whilst the MD is there? You understand my point? So I mean that is why I'm saying that we know the modus operandi of the NDC. So this is nothing new today. And then Paul himself was aware they wanted to do this to him. So this is nothing new out of the blue. And you see, I've sat here and I've said that the special prosecutor, the venerable Kisia Jaben, he doesn't have to use the office to settle personal vendettas. And I mean, power is fleeting. But with time, everything will fade away. When power changes, you have to answer for some of these things. Or when the time is up, you have to answer for some of these things. And but I want to ask a very significant question. Has the OSP won any case since assuming the office? Has Kisia Jaben won any case?
Not. I don't know, but I'm here to check.
I don't think. I think the facts are plain for everybody to see. He hasn't won any single case against anybody.
But I think he said he's the best person to fight corruption in Ghana.
That is, I mean, you see, saying something and then actually living it are two different things. So you can say it, but then if the results are not actually transcribing to the fact that what he said is true, I mean, there are 7 people. So with this poll issue, I wasn't surprised when people were shouting and a few people had much. I wasn't surprised. I mean, they were just going to detain him for a day, just teach him a thing or two because he has been on television and then he's always lambasting them. Why? There was a bunch warrant on Kelvin Ekotela. He wasn't arrested. There was a bench warrant on Kelvin Ekotela. He wasn't arrested. Ansan Sadeli, somebody who scammed his way to an appointment by Dr. Kalistus Muhammad, the executive secretary to the president. Under the criminal code, it is a crime. She hasn't been arrested. But Paul Adomochi, who happens to be a board chair to a company run by a managing director over a procurement breach, has been arrested. And then, did you see the bail conditions?
So he was invited.
No. So he was invited. And then
I saw the bail conditions. 2 landed properties.
I mean, when with no specific value. I mean, okay, fine. Illegal terms that might mean different. You understand? So, but then the facts still come to bear that all that the NDC is doing is that they are trying to intimidate political opponents, and we've known their modus operandi since this. So, I want my good brother in the NDC to tell me the charge of Adentokumi. Where is his charges? When is Adentokumi having his day in court? When is Chamawun to me having his day in court? When is Okatechie for having his day in court?
The Attorney General said he's finished with chairman's case and very soon.
The Attorney General who has been dropping cases, 60% Kwabenedo, and then you drop the cases.
We'll look at that case.
60%.
We'll look at that
this
case.
Attorney General.
You see,
So Charles, what is your take on
yes,
that?
my take on this Paul Adomochi arrest and detention has to do with the fact that, you see, when you hold political office, you need to be ready for accountability.
Yeah.
You need to account for your stewardship.
Napo rightly said
Anytime that
He did, yeah.
you are called upon to account for your stewardship, you should be able to avail yourself. If you think your hands are clean, the fact that you are being invited by an investigative body for you to assist the body to conduct an investigation in a matter, you should not be scared of. That is why I always propose that if you are not ready to stand the test of accountability, then don't avert yourself to what? Political office.
Sure.
Now, what is the issue at stake? The issue at stake has to do with the fact that once upon a time, a board under which Paul Adomochi was the chair brought in a company to make a presentation to the board, okay? But the account of the managing director and that of Manasseh Azure has to be that over the years, if any company, any private company or any private individual wants to do business with a Ghana Airport Company, the company presents a proposal to management. Then management will what? Have a presentation, or the company will have a presentation before the management. If management finds that presentation worthy enough of engaging that company to render a particular service or have a contract with that company, then management will then send such a proposal to the board for deliberation and onward approval. But in this case, it rather came from the board to management. Okay, so the board rather invited the company for a presentation, which company was brought in by Paul Adumotre. Okay, and their role was to conduct revenue assurance performance. But at the end of the day, it was revealed that the work that they were supposed to do has not yielded any result to the airport company. Okay, yeah. So when Manasseh Azuri did this investigation and even contacted Paul Adumotre made some admissions, okay, that necessitated the OSP to investigate the matter further and brought in persons that they think are culpable in this issue to book. So you realize that some of these persons that we are talking about also have link with the infamous SML company. Okay, that is why the OSP is investigating to ascertain whether or not there was an insider dealing. Okay, so let's just relax for the OSP to do its work and ensure that persons who have in the past through their actions and inactions have caused some financial loss to the state are held accountable. But I don't like this situation whereby anybody that the state try to hold accountable, then we go like it is political witch hunt. If it is political witch hunting by virtue of the fact that they belong to another political party, then we will not be headed anywhere, because anytime the government or the state conduct an investigation in a political matter, then we go like it is political witch hunting. Then NDC will come, we also say it is political witch hunting. NPP will also say political witch hunting. Then no progress will be made in our quest to fight corruption. Okay, we should be resolute that there's the institutions of states that we have entrusted with responsibilities to, organize investigations into some of these matters, do their work without any intimidation or any interference, so that we can have a clear hands on the fight against corruption. So I'll urge my brother to exercise restraint. The OSP was appointed by your government, and we also know that the current OSP is a friend of one of MPP topmost.
He's a good friend of former Attorney General.
Yes, so we should have the hope that he is doing a good job for the state. All right, NDC could have said that, by virtue of the fact that we were appointed by the former regime and your links with the former regime Attorney General, we are also replacing you with somebody that we think aligns with the vision and the aspiration of the NDC. Okay, so even the CJ, the Constitution gives prescribed ways in which the CJ can be removed, how much more the special prosecutor. Okay, so what I'm saying is that we should just give the OSP the room to operate and ensure that all corrupt individuals, all persons who have engaged in any corrupt activities to, leading Ghana to lose monies are brought to book. Okay, so just relax. Let's wait for the OSP to
today. I have to give Charles applause, because I've not heard him accusing anybody of a crime the person has not committed. So today they have to give him a plus.
That is the rule. You know?
What he's forgetting is that we're all in this country. Okay, when the Venerable Attorney General, Dr. Dominica Yini, said that Honorable Joseph Yamin and Abanga were involved in Galamsey. I don't know whether you've heard, me I have not heard, that they have been invited by the BNI, the NIB, or any other law enforcement agency for question or investigation. I haven't heard. So if you've heard it, you have to let us know. So if Yamin, Ansa Ansadeli, Eko Kevin Taylor, all of them were not arrested, and then the people
Kevin Taylor,
or the people being let me land. The people being arrested are members of the opposition party. It just sends one signal that this is clearly a political witch hunt. So Charles can sit here and defend and say all the things that he wants to say.
if there are political witch, we have to hand them.
I will.
If only there are political witches.
So
They should be hunted.
Yes.
So
Because we don't need witches in our society.
so
I don't think we need
it means
them.
that it is only the opposition party that has witches, right? The Attorney General swore to fight corruption in Ghana, and then today he's freeing members of his own party. I mean, this is a conversation for another day. But then
You see, even to refer topmost NDC officials to the Yoko for investigation should tell you that this government is not in the business of, sharing its members from
that was just a
engaging.
that was just a public stunt.
Didn't we jail Abu Gapele?
I mean,
He was jailed.
that was just a public stunt.
Somebody went to jail and he said public stuff.
You see,
the
the process was started by John Dramani.
Hold on, the former.
But his sentence was filed.
Yes, we initiated everything, and it was just a matter of letting it go on. Look,
okay. So,
the former National Service Board, Alhaji Mumuni.
Yeah.
Do you remember? And other district directors.
Yeah.
So when it comes to NDC prosecuting its own members, we have the record.
And then, so I'm
Okay,
asking
we
you,
don't issue love letters
I'm asking
to
you
persons aligned to political parties.
Why has Joseph Yamin and
Maybe they are going through the process.
And moreover, the Yoko is not inundated with only one case. They have a lot of cases. Okay,
okay, so the special prosecutor they don't have a lot of cases to handle.
They have a lot of cases.
But they just,
okay,
they just
that is why. That is why they finished with the former finance minister's case before they came to Adumochi's case. It is just a matter of what.
What has happened with Kelofreata?
He lost the case yesterday in court. He was challenging the arrest warrant. He lost it in court yesterday.
Who lost the case?
Furiata.
Furiata and I think the chief.
No, I'm not even going there. I'm talking about.
Two of them were in court yesterday.
And they all lost.
Yeah, I read.
Okay, so right now the bench warrants is subsisting. The red alert notice is also subsisting. So anytime Furiata is seen in any jurisdiction that we have this extradictory treaties with, he will be arrested.
Only time will tell.
Yes, it is only time. But even though I'm even praying that he surrender himself to the OSP, because I know a situation whereby you'll be arrested and brought to the OSP, the kind of embarrassment that he will subject himself to in the public. So I'm just praying that one day he will just surrender himself to the OSP. After all, if you are invited to assist, unless maybe you feel that you have engaged in any wrongdoing, if you know very well that you are innocent, you don't have to be scared of honoring an invitation.
It's like we are living in a different world, but then there's the reality. There was a bench warrant on a particular journalist, okay, who insulted high profile dignitaries in Ghana. That somebody, a political party in Ghana, stood to benefit. There was a bench warrant on him for 4 years. The guy couldn't step in Ghana until power.
Yes, so it was your government responsibility to institute the extradictory orders.
Okay, so
for that 4 years you were talking about, you were in government.
Please. Let me just land.
Sorry.
Let me just land. So that is my point. And we are all here. The events are unfolding, and then we'll see how things will change. So if you understand that government is a continuous process, and then if we were to actually execute the orders, but the guy was allowed entry into the country. But let's not even go there. I mean, we all know the situation. So what about with the modus of operandi, we know them, and then some of these things, what about you can't keep on doing them. It will get to a time that people will actually say, okay, enough is enough. You understand? So you see, there wasn't so much bluff about Paul's arrest yesterday because people are now getting used to the modus operandi. Arrest somebody, try and instill some fear in him, and then let him go. You understand my point?
Okay.
So some of these things, that is why people are not making so much of it. I mean, Okoteche was arrested twice. He was detained twice. And then to date, we don't know the charges against Okoteche. To date, we don't. You understand my point? Right. So, I mean, some of these things.
But when you are invited to assist an investigation, that necessarily means you need to be charged. Maybe after providing those information, they feel that they should let you go. So it is not a matter of after honoring an invitation, you are necessarily going to be charged.
Were they really invited? You see, that is the question.
Whether
were they really
whether arrested, you see, you can arrest somebody, and after the arrest and interrogation, you realize that the person is innocent after all. Sami Kevi was arrested in the studios of UTV after honoring that call from the CID. He was exonerated and left off the hook.
Are you look? This is two different things. He was arrested or he was invited. What are you
he
saying?
was arrested. Have you forgot? He was on a show on UTV, and after the show, he was arrested, sent to the CID head office. Yes. After interrogation, they realized
what about that is the stance of the hypocrite.
Because you know the word in our laws is arrest, not an invitation. Just that the security services or the investigative agencies only extend invitation by virtue of courtesies. Okay.
So why? What about Adento Kumi? Why has he not been charged?
And I'm telling you that when you arrest somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean the person ought to be charged at all costs.
So it means that the guy didn't spread fake information.
Look, let me tell you something. Even when it comes to crimes, we have degrees of crimes. We have misdemeanors, we have first degree, we have second degree.
Yes, he hasn't been charged.
So maybe the crime
he hasn't been charged.
he has committed, there's investigative authorities felt that this is a minor crime. Let's just caution him.
So we have
let him be a caution.
Yes.
Look.
Don't you know? Caution is one of our
look. For
measures of ensuring that one. If you signing of a bond, it's also a measure that we use to, curtail some of these excesses.
You said that somebody brought in information into the open public, and then the information was false. You know that is a criminal act. If I intend to publicize a piece about you and then the piece is false, you can take me on for libel. You understand? That is information. So if you people were claiming that by virtue of that existing law, you have arrested the guy, that he has circulated fake news within the space.
The state decides to let me drop this case because
so,
there are other
so if you are dropping the case, what precedent are you setting? That's okay, fine. So Kofi Owusu can also sit in his house and then spread fake information about Charles, and then the state will drop the case. And then I'm not surprised if they drop the case because you don't know what the Attorney General is doing. So me, I'm not surprised. Not at all. That is why I'm telling you that is the MO of the NDC. Let us intimidate these people. Let us strike fear in them. Let us do this. Let us do that, and then we will strike fear in our opponents. But then it doesn't work.
Okay.
It doesn't work.
All right.
If you do that, you're just creating heroes for people. It won't work.
I'm just a refugee. The public is there to judge.
So after the arrest of Okoteche, has he stopped the show? Has he?
I don't think they arrested him because he was
of the show.
No. I'm not saying that. But then I'm saying that I am telling you that on fact that is MO, that is the modus operandi of the NDC.
Okay.
Just to instill fear in you. But then I'm saying that after his invitation or his arrest, has he stopped the show?
No, he's still on it.
So you think you can stop on Ademochi, somebody who has been in the media space for less than?
But who says that the arrest?
For more than 20 years.
But who says that the arrest is tied to the show?
Nobody is saying
the arrest is tied to his role as a board chairman of Ghana Airport Company.
That is what you want people to believe, but then we all know the intention.
It's about the show.
No, I'm not saying it's about the show, but the modus of the NDC is that let us intimidate our political opponents.
For what reason?
Because people have said worse in this country, but in the spirit of democracy,
let's lift the bar. Okay,
in the spirit
because
in the some
of these things
what did
do not augur well for our political discourse.
What did it some
somebody has held public office. Board chairman, come and account for your stewardship. Under your stewardship, A, B, C, D happen. Come and just justify your inclusion. And that one too has become political witch hunting.
So these are the.
So what do you MPP? What do you people want
I have
the government to
I have
do?
the statement of Paul Adomotro's lawyers. I want to read it to the hearing of everybody. These are the legal representatives for Akufo-Addo and that's law firm that represented Paul Adomotri. I mean it for me. Whether I can find that over here.
So your point is, I mean, the arrest was based on. It wasn't based on the GSEL, but it's another tactics of trying to.
You see, you can't arrest somebody without reason.
Okay.
I mean, if you have suspicion somebody has done something, you have to. So
I think he was invited. He even came on the show the day before.
Yes,
that he was invited.
He was invited.
And I think when he went,
but you see, look, the guy said
bail has been granted. And we are waiting for.
I just want to find the post where the lawyers are saying that Paul hasn't been officially charged by the OSP. I just want the post.
Maybe going forward they are going to do that.
I just want the post that these lawyers are saying.
Maybe going forward they are going to charge.
They are not sitting
on the cases with documentations. I know maybe.
So I don't
let's wait for the weeks ahead and see what happens next.
All right, sure.
Let's look at the economy. I love the economy. I've gone through a lot of figures. The mini budget came out some weeks ago, and I don't speak for any government. I don't speak for any opposition. I'm the referee here. I allow the men to speak and the public to judge. But before I do that, let me read some comments. Charles Osei thinks it's good that you are here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And Osei believes that Mr. Otibonsu properties were dismantled. It was destroyed by military men in the other regime, by the former first lady and the family. But he said, Kofi, you said nothing about it. But with this, you are trying to say something. That is Osei. Osei could do for you. So those are the comments coming through. Amma is here and the rest are also here watching. The mid-year budget was read. Let's pick up some points and then discuss it, and let's see whether the government has made some gains or it is a fluke, or whether they are gains or they are not gains. We know inflation. Basically, I keep on telling the ordinary Ghanaian that inflation is a persistent rise or fall of goods and services. So basically, when goods and services are falling or they are rising, it is not up to the government to tell me that goods and services are rising or falling. It is up to the ordinary Ghanaian to see things for him or herself. Now, in the budget, inflation dropped from 23.8% to 13.7% as at the end of June 2027. These are major gains. Major gains. Kofi, do you think there are real inflations dropping, or the government is trying to pump in things to make it look like things are dropping?
Once again, thank you very much for giving the opportunity to speak. I am an academic, so I only speak to figures.
Okay.
You understand?
I think you have the mini budget.
I didn't have the copy, but it's on my laptop. It's not on my phone.
Okay.
So if you look at the figures, yes, the economy is doing well. You see, one thing I always tell people is that I mean,
the economy is doing well.
Of course, you see, if you sit here and you say that the economy is not doing well, it means you want our country to progress.
Okay.
And that's not the kind of politics that we want to do in our country. No.
Okay.
We want the politics where if the economy is progressing, I mean, everybody loves the fact that the economy is progressing. So if the figures are saying that inflation is down, probably yes, inflation might be down. But you see, the ones who feel the real impact of the economy are the ones who are buying and selling.
Mm-hmm.
So you and I myself, we are not in Ghana right now. You understand? So we are just looking at the figures, and if the figures are saying